March 31st, 2016, Amanda Clark, a teen from Oakdale, was on her way home. She was talking on the phone, trying to find out where she was, when her phone conversation came to a sudden end when her Chevrolet rolled 3 times before landing on its roof. She'd run a stop sign and was broadsided by another vehicle. Metal caved in around her, but the roof stayed intact and she survived with just scrapes and bruises. Amy Tracy wrote this article on the Miami Herald on April 10th, 2016. Amanda later spoke and said, "I believe everything happens for a reason, and the reason for my car accident is to let me know that I need to slow down and pay more attention. I know that I need to change the way I have been living my life. My phone and talking to my friends put me in danger. I realized how easy it is for my life to be over because I wasn't paying attention." So when she got back in her car after the accident, she pledged to put her phone away. Let's admit it, we never let go of our phone. It's always in our hands, our back pocket, or our bag, ready to be answered or seen at any given second. Nowadays, this is becoming a problem, and today I will be talking about the issue of texting and driving. I will be urging you about the problem of texting and driving and how it can affect us, who is responsible, and some possible solutions for this issue. In a blog on Psychology Today by Professor Susan Whitbourne on September 17, 2016, she states that the average amount of mobile or smartphone use in the U.S. is 3.3 hours a day. Young adults ages 18 to 24 report 5.2 hours on an average day. These days, many people strive to be connected with the world and their friends by using their mobile devices. The problem is that individuals choose to do it at the wrong time. For example, while they're driving. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that 9.5 of all fatal crashes over the past 6 years involved a distracted driver. Distracted driving is dangerous, claiming 3,166 lives in 2017 alone. Channel 6 shared a girl's heartbreaking story on November 2nd, 2014, of Liz Marks, who also created a video with her mother, explaining how texting while driving has changed their lives, that is now posted on the U.S. Department of Transportation, NHTSA's YouTube page. Mark says she was in high school when she was involved in a car accident caused because she was reading a text while she was driving. The accident left her blind in one eye and hard of hearing. It also left her with a diminished sense of smell, and she is no longer able to create tears or fall asleep without medication. An article on Wikipedia says research has revealed that despite the acknowledgement of the dangers of texting and driving, about half of drivers 16 to 24 admitted that they have texted while driving. So who do we blame, you may ask? Well, the answer is very simple. It is ourselves. An article from the Business Insider mentions a study conducted in May of cell phone owners ages 16 to 65 who drive almost every day and text at least once a day. It found a large variety of reasons why drivers text. Some of these reasons are staying connected, just out of habit, and worrying about missing out on something important. More than a quarter believe that their driving performance is not affected by texting. Just 6% answered that they are addicted to texting, although 14% admitted that they're anxious if they don't respond to a text right away. And 17% feel a sense of satisfaction when they can read and respond to a text message. TechWalla.com states in an article that convenience is also a cause because people find it easier and faster to send a brief text than to make a phone call. Now, I just explained how texting and driving has become a huge risk in our society. I also explained that the main cause of this problem is just us not wanting to wait. So let's take a look at what we can do to solve this problem. I feel that definitely the best way to help prevent many more accidents is to get involved and help spread awareness. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and UC Davis published on their newsroom on April 3rd, 2017, Some tips for preventing texting while driving. These tips are to put your phone away, out of reach. Use an app to block incoming calls or texts. Some apps can send an auto response back, letting the sender know that you're driving and will respond to them when they're parked. If you're going to use your phone for navigational purposes, make sure that it is mounted on the dashboard and that you just use it for navigational purposes. Also make a commitment to not use your phone while driving. The National Safety Council also published that many cell phone blocking apps can help drivers stay focused on driving. They prevent drivers from making and accepting calls, texting, or accessing the internet. Some of these apps are Groove, Lifesaver, Live to Text, and Safe Ride. There are many more, as well as cell phone providers that are offering to add a service to your wireless plan. The National Safety Council also encourages people to obtain free materials such as posters, videos, fact sheets, and more to share at work, home, or in your community. The NHTSA also encourages you to take the pledge. They say the fight to end distracted driving starts with you. Make the commitment to drive phone free today. Also share on social media and use hashtag JustDrive. I just spoke to you about the problem of texting and driving. Then I told you about the cause of this issue, and finally mentioned a couple possible solutions to this crisis. Amanda Clark, who I earlier mentioned, pledged to put her phone away. But a year later, almost on the same day of her first accident, she was driving on Highway 120 bypass on Interstate 5 in the city of Manteca when she lost control of her car and crashed. Only this time she wasn't so lucky. First responders told her mother that it took them 40 minutes to free Clark from her crushed car. By that point, she hadn't been breathing for more than 20 minutes. She died the next day. Cell phone records show she was texting, and unfortunately this time, she did not survive. But then how many second chances do we finally need to understand to stop texting while driving? It can take our lives, and it is not worth it. 9 years later, Amanda's mother still cries for her daughter. Let's not make our family suffer for something that can be prevented. Remember, don't tempt fate. That text can wait.